here. Thank you, Bala. Thank you, Mr. Vishwanathan, for having us here and putting this program together. As you can see, we have a very impatient panel. Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala is raring to go. So we'll get started very quickly. It appears that Mr. Muruganandam, the industry secretary, is not joining us today. I don't see his name as part of the panel, although he had interacted with his office yesterday. Be that as it may, let me do a very quick introduction. I don't know if the two of you, Mr. Ramdure is there, Dr. Ashok Jhunjhunwala is there. The previous session was very interesting about infrastructure. While they talked about the hard infrastructure, we will probably get some time to talk about the soft infrastructure, which in my view is much more important. This is about the education and the research infrastructure that we need, the bandwidth of the telecom infrastructure that we need, power and the renewable energy infrastructure that we require. That is going to be the fuel for growth in future years. But I'll get started with some introduction. I'll introduce Mr. Ramadurai first. He will spend about 15 to 20 minutes talking about his ideas. Many of his ideas have already appeared in the latest edition of Industrial Economist. He has contributed a very good and a lengthy article in Industrial Economist. That will be followed by another introduction of Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala. And then I think since the third panelist is not there, we will have ample time for Q&A. Mr. Ramdurai, no specific introduction that I want to make, except that I want to highlight one or two things that he is associated with now. He is the chairperson of Public Health Foundation, a very important role that is playing. That is an institution that is looking at building the healthcare infrastructure in the country, including skill development in terms of setting up Indian Institutes of Public Health in the various states. Phenomenal work at a needed infrastructure. This is something that he is eminently capable of doing, having been the chairperson of the National Skills Development Corporation, where he focused exclusively on skill development. In one of the panel discussions that we had, I think it was someone who mentioned that we have everything in terms of capability, in terms of knowledge, in terms of learning, we have the research capability, etc. But there is one capability that we've always been talking about that's been missing, that will bring all these capabilities and the talent to productive use. That is skilled and disciplined labor force. So that's an expertise that he brings in, and I hope he gets a chance to talk about that. And he's also a person who's been focusing a lot more on future technologies and research. That's not surprising, because a company like TCS that he led for so many years is among the global leaders today, thanks to the investment that they made in research, they made in technology, and so on. And one of the tasks that he has taken up more recently is to pursue the next level of research in quantum computing, cryptography, and so on, from the very institute that used to be part of the Chennai Mathematical Institute here in India, here in Chennai. I hope, again, Ramadurai will have some ideas about talking in these areas. The last comment that I want to make is about, will be enough mentioned by both Professor and Ramadurai on technology. On manufacturing, I'm beginning to gather a lot of interesting tidbits here and there. The pharmaceutical industry in this post-COVID world has demonstrated very clearly our ability to manufacture vaccines at scale. Not just manufacture, but even develop vaccines from scratch, carry out clinical trials in double rapid time, and bring them to market in a rapid manner. Building scale is something that has been a problem, but that's something that that industry is beginning to conquer. To give you one example, I don't know how many of you are aware of a company called Hindustan Syringes and Medical Devices. They manufacture something like 2.5 billion syringes every year. About 2/3 are for the local Indian market, and a third of it is exported to overseas countries. And the demand that they've got from overseas customers in the last 3 months has been so much that they've said their order book is closed till September of this year, and they are not accepting any more orders. This is clearly a case of the capability that we have in manufacturing in a specific segment or a sector that is more relevant in the post-COVID era. And I'm sure there are many such consumable companies that are operating that we don't know about. Building scale is something that seems to have been conquered by the people, seems to come almost naturally to some of these industries. After the information technology industry, after it demonstrates the way of being a global leader in the area of technology, I believe the pharmaceutical industry is the next one that could contribute up to 10 to 12% of the GDP of the country, just like the information technology sector is doing. And there are many more such sectors that I'm sure in the years to come will part of the global economy. And the last thing is Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala will talk about innovation-led growth, innovation-led entrepreneurship, and innovation-led job creation, which he has been passionately working on the last 20, 25 years. I'll make a separate introduction about Professor after Mr. Ramadurai completes his remarks, and perhaps he takes a few questions after that, and then we'll come to Professor Jhunjhunwala. Over to you, Mr. Ramadurai.